Alright guys, I'm getting ready to go outside and use a wire wheel on an angle grinder to clean up the anvil. I'm looking for a couple of different things here. I want to make sure that I don't need to do any welding to do repairs on it. And then I'm also wanting to see if I need to do any post machining to the anvil. I got my fingers crossed because it's in really good shape that I won't have to do any major repairs on it. But we'll see what happens after I get it. I am super excited right now because I got a new tool this week. New tool, not a new used tool. You might ask yourself, you know, you're a tool reseller, why are you buying new stuff in the box? I look at it kind of as a wash because one, I use the Amazon app to try to see if I can get it for a cheaper price. And two, I'll just resell some other tools that I have for a profit to be able to, you know, offset the cost of this. Plus, it's exactly what I want. I'm going to be able to use it at my lot and go anywhere around the lot instead of having something that's plugged in. So I'm very, very excited about picking this up. A couple of downfalls with this one. I'm not going to go into the specs on it, but we're going to open it up, see what's in there. It doesn't have a battery that comes with it, but I've got a 60 volt that you can use as a 20 volt battery. I'm probably going to have to buy some more batteries for the DeWalt tools, but overall, I'm pretty excited about this. So I picked up a DeWalt DCG413B angle grinder. I ended up buying it at Lowe's. I did the same process that if you've seen the DeWalt drill video of using the app, Amazon app, I scanned the barcode on it and then checked the prices. So for this one right here, it was selling on Amazon for $154. Compared to at Lowe's, it was selling for $199, and then at Home Depot, it was selling for $179.99. So I was going to save anywhere from $25 to $45 just by using 5 seconds of scanning a barcode and then working with the manager to try to get that for the lower price. They were pretty resistant at the beginning on honoring the Amazon price, but I was working with the sales associate. They had to call in a manager. You just got to keep talking to them and working it. Because, hey, you know, if you count up the drill, I'm going to do another video and show you a power sander or a radial sander that I bought. It was a DeWalt, and with this angle grinder here, you know, I'm up into the couple of $100 I saved just by using the Amazon app and then getting the big box stores down to the prices. So continue to try to do that. I'm going to open this up, see what's in here. I'm not going to go through the specs like I may have mentioned. You can watch some other videos on YouTube to check out the specs and everything on the angle grinder. I'm just wanting to get the wire wheel on there, see what I got in the box, and then go out there and start working on the anvil. So let's go. All right, guys, I got it out of the box. I have a 4-inch DeWalt, I think it's called wire stringer or wire wheel that I will be attacking the anvil to return it to like new conditions. I have the DeWalt DCG413B angle grinder, 20 volt brushless. I have the 60 volt 20 amp flex power battery on it. This is going to be amazing. Well, it's going to be fun for me at least. So let's get started. Huh? Okay, sorry. battery recharge, which was a 60 volt, 20 volt, 6 amp battery. It's called the Flex Volt. A little bit disappointed right now. I only got about 15 minutes of grinding onto the anvil. It was pretty heavy grinding. There was about 2 minutes of that. I was dancing around in the backyard, but you know, only about 15 minutes worth of use out of this thing before it went kaput. I'm gonna go pick up the other plug-in angle grinder that I got. I got 2 of those, so I'm gonna go grab those and then let this one charge. I'm trying to get this thing done so I can get it maybe machined if I have to. I know I'm gonna have to on the bottom, but maybe on the top as well. But it's cleaned up pretty nice. I may not have to. The other area that I was concerned about right here, I spent a lot of time in this area that had kind of like it was rusted over, may look like it was cracked in that area. I don't see any major issues with that, so I'm not gonna have to do any re-welding on it. Things are cleaning up pretty nice, but again, I'm pretty disappointed in the length of time that I had where I could use the DeWalt powered angle grinder. So it was fully charged. I just took it out of the charger, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but maybe that's just the amount of time that you have. But I definitely didn't get 6 amp hours. I got 15 minutes. So anyway, we will be back whenever I have another grinder. All right, I just completed my next run on the anvil here. I still only got roughly 15 minutes worth of run time out of the batteries. So a little really disappointed in the DeWalt battery powered system here. Maybe that's just all you get with these type, or maybe I've got a screwed up battery, but I did get a lot more run time. See if I can let you guys see it out of it. It's cleaning up really nice. I'm just gonna call it quits on the battery powered angle grinder, and I'm going to go get the plug-in one. So I'll be back. All right, folks, it is 9 p.m. on the East Coast here, and it is time to wrap it up because the neighbors were giving me the stink eye while I was out on the front porch. But I say, hey, neighbors, if your dog can shit in my yard at 9 p.m., I can grind on my anvil here at 9 p.m. So take that, neighbors. So anyway, this turned out pretty good. But if you're keeping score, cheap skill angle grinder, 1. DeWalt battery powered angle grinder, 0. This thing just, you know, I get about 10-15 out of it and then it dies. But I was able to wrap it up with this. Higher speed, more power. Someone out there is probably yelling at me like, one's battery powered and one's plug-in. Of course it's better. Well, guess what? I had a job to do. This one couldn't do it. This one did. So I'm glad I still had the skill. All right, so let's take a look at this beauty. I mean, when you look at it, you can just hear it going, oh, because it looks pretty dang good. So let's check it out. Guys, let's check this Mamma Jamma out here. It looks freaking great. Sides polished up pretty good. The horn turned out great. You can really see how it's really taking shape. The top surface up here, still TBD on what I'm going to do with it. I might just leave it as is. It is pretty flat, but if you check out the bottom, we still got the weebles and the wobbles, so I'm going to hit that on the milling machine to make sure that it's flat. But overall, very happy with the way things turned out. So as I mentioned before, I had to finish it up with the Skill angle grinder. I started out with a wire wheel. It just wasn't doing what I needed to do, so I switched over to a flap wheel. I'm not really sure what I used outside. I have to go look at it, but this one here is a 36 grit, so it's probably pretty close to the same, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, I switched over to the flap wheel. That's when things really started to take shape on the horn, and I started really getting away from a lot of the pit stuff. So really happy the way that things turned out. As I mentioned before, if you work at DeWalt, this thing just ain't working out like I was hoping it would. I've only had this battery down here for maybe 2 months at the most, and it's just not making, you know, more than 15 minutes worth of power out here. Maybe that's just the thing with an angle grinder, but not really happy with it. So especially if I'm out on the lot and I'm all over the place, and if this thing's only lasting 15 minutes, it doesn't really do me much good. So guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's like I mentioned, 9-ish p.m. I still got a ton of stuff to do. I have to work on last week's video. That's right, last week's. It's Back to the Future here. So I know I just blew your mind there. And then I have to go work on some reselling stuff. So just a side note, if you want an easy job, don't be a reseller, because the shit never stops. So thanks for watching so far, and then I'll continue on with fixing up the anvil here.